This is a summary of the story The 100 Dresses Part 1. Here we see that Maddie and Peggy are two girls. Madeline, the pet name of Madeline is Maddie, and Peggy. They are the active girls of the school. And in this lesson, we get to know about the discrimination that is shown. And here we see today, Monday, Wanda Petronsky was not in her seat, and even Peggy and Madeline, they did not observe. Then they all they all made fun of Wanda who sat in the last seat next to the children who made a lot of mischiefs, especially the rough boys. She used to sit beside them, not because she was mischievous, because she did not have good clothes on, and she was from a slum area, and that's why she was pushed to the corner of the classroom. And then she was very quiet actually, and she never said anyone a word, and no one has seen her even laughing aloud. She was very silent, and she used to just give a little bit of smile every now and then. Then no one knew why she sat in the last bench. Maybe because she belonged to the slum region. And then here, the next day also, Wanda was not at school, and no one observed her absence. But on Wednesday, Peggy and Maddie, who sat down front with other children who got good marks and who didn't track on a whole lot of mud, did notice that Wanda wasn't there. They could notice this because they waited there for a long time for the Wanda to come so that they can make fun of her. But the Wanda didn't come, and they were late to school. So they realized that Wanda had not come to school. Then they didn't know, they even made fun of Wanda because her name was very funny. They felt that it was very crazy to have a name like Wanda Petronsky, and they all had very nice names, very posh names, whereas Wanda's were a very strange name. Wanda didn't have any friends, and she came to school alone and went home alone, and she always wore a faded blue dress, and it was clean. The only thing that it was not ironed properly, and it was very old, very faded, and no, none of the she didn't have any friends, but many girls talked to her, and they all stood around her watching the little, and she used to stand there just looking at the girls play. She never played with the girls, nor did anyone allow her to play with them. Peggy would say, Wanda, she would say, giving one of her friends a nudge, and how many dresses did you say you had hanging up in your closet? So Wanda would say that she had 100 dresses, and if you had 100 dresses, then what are they all made of? She would ask, and she would say all silk maybe, and she used to say that yes, all silk, all colors, and velvet too. So here she used to make fun of Wanda because she had a very old dress on her. And then Peggy, who had thought up this game, and Maddie, her inseparable friend, were always the last to leave. And then Maddie did not like this Peggy making fun of Wanda, because Maddie herself was poor, and she usually wore somebody's hand me down clothes, some clothes donated by others. And the only thing is, Wanda lived in Boggins Heights, that is the slum area, and Maddie was not in the slum area. That was the only difference. Apart from that, both were of the little bit similar economical status. Sometimes when Peggy was asking Wanda those questions in such a teasing way, Maddie felt very embarrassed. Yet she couldn't stop her from making fun of Wanda because she was afraid that Peggy may start making fun of her also. So she never restricted that, yet she felt guilty for not stopping Peggy from making fun of Wanda. Now, though they were late to school, Maddie was glad she had not made fun of Wanda. And then 8 times, so she was sad that Wanda was not there. If only Peggy would decide of her own accord to stop having with Wanda. She felt that the next one who was poorer was Maddie, and how she made fun of Wanda, the same way she might make fun of Maddie. So she did not utter a word about the teasing of Wanda. Maddie began to wonder who was going to win the drawing competition, which was held in their school, and she was sure that Peggy would win the competition because she was good at artwork. She could copy a picture in the magazine or some film star's head, so she was sure that Peggy would win the competition. The next day it was drizzling. Maddie and Peggy hurried to school under Peggy's umbrella. They did not wait for Wanda because they would be getting late for the school. Then this was a day for the to announce the winners. Said okay, they were all very eager to know who the winner was. There were drawings, and when they entered the classroom, they were surprised. They stopped short and gasped. There were drawings all over the room on every ledge and windowsill, dazzling colors and brilliant, lavish designs, all drawn on a hundred of them. So there were 100 drawings in the classroom. Every drawing was different from the other one. Each one was different, very colorful. Although just one or two sketches were submitted by most, one girl actually drew 100 designs, and who that one was is Wanda Petronsky. She is the winner of the girls' medal, said Mrs. Mason. But Wanda was absent for school. She did not get the accolades and applause of all the classmates. Let us hope she'll be back tomorrow. They felt that she would come the next day. Then now class, you may file around the room quietly and look at her exquisite drawings. So all the 100 paintings were kept like an exhibition, and everyone was looking at those drawings with great admiration. And look, Peg, whispered Maddie, there's that blue one she told us about. Isn't it beautiful? So she used to tell about the dress which she liked so much, and that one was the blue. Yes, said Peggy, and here's that green one. Boy, they used to make fun of her when she said it was green one. They used to say it might look like a Christmas tree. So that blue one and that green one were sure over there. So they were wondering if she was mentioning about this blue dress and this green dress when she told that she had dresses, 100 dresses in her closet, and among them the best one were the blue and the green one.